President Donald Trump is fully on board with this idea. He unveiled a global surprise: the F-55. This new fighter is a fifth-generation plus jet, designed to operate side by side with the U.S. Air Force's latest sixth-generation aircraft, the Boeing F-47. But one critical question remains: why? Why does the U.S. require a fifth-generation plus fighter to maintain control of the skies? The answer begins with a confrontation between the fifth-generation F-35 Lightning II and one of the most determined militias on the planet, the Houthis. The Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II is a single-seat, single-engine, all-weather stealth fighter, part of a family of multi-role aircraft that embodies the forefront of American air power. It is engineered for air dominance, precision strikes, and intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions. Equipped with advanced stealth, a low observable airframe, and cutting-edge systems like the AN/APG-81 radar and the distributed aperture system, it sets the standard for modern combat aircraft. The F-35 is designed to operate deep in heavily defended airspace, asserting full control. It comes in three versions: the F-35A with conventional takeoff and landing, the F-35B capable of short takeoff and vertical landing, and the carrier-based F-35C. Each jet costs roughly $100 million, while the overall program exceeds $428 billion, making it the most expensive weapons system in history. The F-35 can deploy a range of precision-guided weapons, including Joint Direct Attack munitions, paveway laser-guided bombs, and AIM-120 AMRAAM air-to-air missiles. These munitions can be released while the jet cruises at 1,200 miles per hour, traveling about 1.5 times the speed of sound, showcasing its lethal strike capability. To further illustrate its versatility, the F-35 integrates advanced sensor fusion technology, allowing pilots to process vast amounts of data from multiple sources in real time, creating a comprehensive battlespace picture that enhances decision-making during high-stakes engagements. Despite its advanced technology, recent missions against Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi forces have revealed surprising weaknesses, sparking doubts about its ability to survive even against non-state threats. The Houthis, a determined and adaptive militia, have used a mix of Iranian-supplied and improvised air defense systems to challenge U.S. and Israeli operations across the Red Sea. Their arsenal includes modified Soviet-era SAMs, such as the SA-2 and SA-6, upgraded with Iranian guidance systems, alongside domestically produced drones and missiles that employ swarming tactics to overwhelm sophisticated defenses. These air defense setups, often using passive infrared sensors, create a distinct threat. They can bypass the F-35's electronic warfare systems, which are primarily designed to detect active radar signals, making the jets more vulnerable than expected. This vulnerability stems from the F-35's reliance on active electronic countermeasures, which excel against radar-guided threats but struggle with heat-seeking missiles that operate passively, highlighting a gap in its design that was not fully anticipated during initial development phases. Although primitive by today's standards, these air defenses have shown remarkable effectiveness, destroying at least 18 American MQ-9 Reaper drones since March 2025. Each Reaper carries a price tag of roughly $30 million. Moreover, these Houthi systems have escalated the threat by targeting manned fighter jets, raising serious operational concerns. During Operation Rough Rider, a U.S. airstrike campaign that began on March 15, 2025, targeting more than 1,000 Houthi positions, an F-35 came dangerously close to being hit by a Houthi surface-to-air missile, forcing rapid, evasive action. Several F-16s encountered similar threats, underscoring the Houthis' surprising ability to seriously disrupt American air operations. Reports from pilots involved in the operation described chaotic skies where low-cost, mobile launchers hidden in rugged terrain fired salvos of missiles, exploiting the F-35's occasional need to break stealth for communication or targeting, thus exposing it to detection. The campaign, with costs exceeding $1 billion and involving B-2 bombers alongside 2 carrier strike groups, failed to secure full air superiority. President Trump declared a ceasefire on May 6, 2025, after losing 2 F-18 Super Hornets and 7 MQ-9 drones. No F-35s were shot down, but the close call highlighted concerns over their vulnerability, even against relatively unsophisticated air defenses. This incident prompted internal reviews within the Pentagon, where analysts debated whether software updates alone could mitigate these risks or if hardware overhauls, like enhanced infrared countermeasures, were necessary to restore confidence in the platform. While these issues could influence future export sales to nations like India or Saudi Arabia, the U.S. military is keen to address them. The plan involves upgrading the F-35 so extensively that the revamped fighter earns a new designation, the F-55. This represents a major leap in capability, aiming to fully realize the jet's intended potential. Let's dive in. The F-55 shocked the world upon its reveal, and it continues to captivate attention. On May 15, 2025, President Donald Trump unveiled plans for a brand new American fighter jet during a press briefing at Al Udeid Air Base in Doha, Qatar. He also introduced an upgraded F-22 Raptor variant, referred to as the F-22 Super. The choice of location was symbolic, as Al Udeid serves as a key hub for U.S. operations in the Middle East, underscoring the F-55's potential role in regional stability and deterrence against threats like those from Iran and its proxies. Although the announcement occurred alongside Boeing executives, the F-55 is actually a Lockheed Martin creation. It is widely described as a major evolution of the F-35, offering significant upgrades and enhanced capabilities over its predecessor. While the F-35 relies on a single engine, the F-55 is reportedly built with twin engines at its rear. This configuration could boost thrust, payload, and survivability for long-range missions, particularly in contested zones like the Pacific, potentially the stage for a future US-China confrontation. Speculation among aviation experts suggests the twin-engine setup might incorporate adaptive cycle engines, similar to those tested in the XA-100 program, allowing for variable bypass ratios that optimize fuel efficiency during cruise and maximize thrust in combat, thereby extending operational range by up to 30%. Before this announcement, Lockheed Martin executives had publicly discussed plans to advance the F-35 and F-22 from standard 5th-generation fighters into 5th-generation plus variants. These upgrades aim to enhance performance, survivability, and mission versatility, pushing both jets into a new class of air dominance. These comments came after Lockheed Martin lost the $20 billion next-generation air dominance contract to Boeing. Under this agreement, Boeing is responsible for developing the F-47, a fighter jet designed to sustain U.S. air superiority for decades ahead. Lockheed Martin executives claim the company can incorporate roughly 80% of the F-47's capabilities into both the F-35 and the iconic F-22 Raptor, doing so at about half the cost. This upgrade strategy promises major performance gains without the full expense of a completely new fighter. They described it as a Ferrari upgrade for the F-35. This analogy resonates because, much like enhancing a sports car with superior aerodynamics and powertrain modifications, the F-55 would feature redesigned air intakes, advanced composites for reduced weight, and integrated directed energy weapons, such as lasers for missile defense, blending affordability with cutting-edge innovation. Acknowledging President Trump's parallel interest in enhancing both the F-35 and F-22, Lockheed Martin executives expressed their gratitude for his ongoing backing of America's 5th-generation fighter programs. Although Lockheed Martin executives and President Trump seem aligned on what they call a Ferrari upgrade for the F-35, there is still no official Pentagon documentation confirming the F-55's existence. This leaves the aircraft's status speculative. fueling curiosity and debate among military analysts. Critics argue that without transparent budgeting and congressional approval, the F-55 risks becoming another bloated program, potentially diverting funds from other priorities like cyber defense or hypersonic research, while proponents see it as a pragmatic response to evolving threats. This has sparked speculation that the F-55 might already be linked to an existing program, such as the Navy's F/A-X initiative. The F/A-XX is designed to replace the U.S. Navy's F/A-18 Super Hornet by the 2030s, ushering in a new era of carrier-based air power. The F/A-X emphasizes twin-engine design for carrier operations, aligning seamlessly with one of the F-55's primary advantages. This shared feature highlights the potential synergy between the two programs in enhancing U.S. naval air capabilities. Furthermore, integrating F-55 technologies into F/A-XX could accelerate development timelines, leveraging shared supply chains and reducing overall costs, while ensuring interoperability across Air Force and Navy platforms. This also aligns with the idea that extensively upgrading the F-35 essentially creates an entirely new aircraft, deserving a new name. Moreover, the Navy is already highly familiar with the F-35, having operated the jet for more than 5 years, making the transition smoother. The F-55 might serve as the Navy's counterpart to the Air Force's F-47, reinforcing the idea that America's next-generation air dominance could be commanded by an F-47 and F-55 partnership. This pairing suggests a coordinated strategy for unmatched control of the skies. The F-47 announcement in March showcased America's determination to maintain air dominance. Just 2 months later, the reveal of the F-55 in May reinforced this commitment, turning heads worldwide and sparking intense speculation. International reactions vary. NATO allies like the UK and Australia expressed enthusiasm for potential joint procurement, seeing it as a boost to collective defense, whereas Chinese state media dismissed it as overhyped propaganda, though analysts noted increased activity in their own stealth programs in response. Both allies and rivals are left speculating about the formation the US will use to dominate tomorrow's skies. Even more intriguing, the potential synergy between these two fighters could reshape American air supremacy, especially in contested zones facing near-peer powers like China and Russia. Let's dive deeper into how these two fighters could work together to secure U.S. air dominance, exploiting their unique advantages in stealth, firepower, range, and integrated systems. First, an introduction to the Boeing F-47. Revealed on March 21, 2025, it stands as the U.S. Air Force's first, and currently only, 6th-generation fighter. Built by Boeing to succeed the Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor, the F-47 is a manned stealth fighter equipped with cutting-edge sensors, next-gen adaptive engines, and a maximum speed beyond Mach 2 without afterburners. These features allow it to operate for extended periods in highly contested airspace. It works alongside Collaborative Combat Aircraft, or CCAs, which are autonomous drones serving as loyal wingmen. These drones boost situational awareness, provide extra firepower, and can absorb incoming threats, among other critical support roles. The CCAs, potentially numbering in the dozens per F-47 sortie, could include variants like the Boeing MQ-28 Ghost Bat, equipped with modular payloads for electronic jamming or kinetic strikes, creating a force multiplier effect that turns a single fighter into a virtual air wing. The F-47 is projected to cost between $180 million and $300 million per unit. Its development budget starts at $20 billion and could climb into the hundreds of billions over the aircraft's full program lifecycle. The F-47's extended range, especially for missions in the Pacific, overcomes the F-22's 530-mile combat limitation. It also features advanced artificial intelligence, enabling autonomous command and control, precision-guided weapon deployment, and even hypersonic missile capabilities. This AI integration allows for predictive analytics, where the system anticipates enemy maneuvers based on historical data and real-time inputs, potentially reducing pilot workload by 50% and increasing mission success rates. General David Alvin, Chief of Staff of the U.S. Air Force, highlighted the F-47's development progress, stressing its operational readiness. He noted that experimental models have undergone 5 years of rigorous testing, with full deployment planned ahead of 2029. The F-47 is engineered for air dominance and deep strikes into heavily defended skies, capable of countering sophisticated systems like China's HQ-9 or Russia's S-400. Its stealth is reportedly even more effective than the F-22's low observable design, while seamless drone integration provides unmatched adaptability in contested battle zones. Yet, the F-47's steep price tag and focus on advanced threats prompt concerns about its flexibility in lower-intensity scenarios, such as combating irregular forces like the Houthis. Questions remain whether this cutting-edge fighter can adapt effectively to asymmetric warfare environments. For instance, in simulations against hybrid threats, the F-47's high-altitude, high-speed profile might limit its effectiveness in close air support roles where loitering and precision at lower speeds are crucial, necessitating a more agile partner. Just as the F-35 works alongside the F-22, handling lighter missions or acting as the ultimate partner in major conflicts, the F-47 also needs a counterpart. Enter the F-55, designed to complement the F-47 and complete the next-generation air superiority duo. The F-47, built for air dominance on deep strike operations, would take the lead in heavily contested skies. It uses advanced stealth and incredible speed to outmaneuver enemy fighters and suppress sophisticated air defenses. Its CCA drones would expand operational reach, delivering real-time intelligence, surveillance, electronic warfare, or extra firepower. Meanwhile, the F-55, designed as a versatile platform, would concentrate on ground strikes, close air support, and secondary air-to-air missions, leveraging its increased thrust and payload capacity to carry a wide array of munitions. The F-47 would take charge during the opening stages of combat, securing air dominance. This would then allow the F-55 to capitalize on its multi-role flexibility for prolonged operations. In a Pacific confrontation with China's J-20 fifth generation, or the speculative J-36 sixth generation fighters, the F-47's extended reach, possibly topping 1,150 miles, allows it to conduct long-range strikes on airfields and command hubs. It would sync with CCAs to saturate and overwhelm enemy air defenses. The F-55, boasting twin-engine power, could operate nearer to contested airspace, executing precision strikes on ground targets or engaging enemy jets with advanced missiles. Its improved survivability would prove vital in areas with dense surface-to-air defenses, echoing the challenges posed by Houthi systems in Yemen. In such scenarios, the F-55 could deploy decoy flares enhanced with AI-guided evasion patterns, drawing fire away from the F-47 and allowing it to focus on high-value targets, demonstrating a symbiotic relationship that maximizes each platform's strengths. The F-55 could function as a command hub, building on the F-35's sensor fusion and networked warfare abilities, enhanced with F-47 class technologies such as next-gen artificial intelligence and upgraded sensor arrays. This would enable data sharing across the battlespace, where F-55s relay targeting information to F-47s in real time, creating a unified network that anticipates and counters multi-domain threats from cyber intrusions to hypersonic missiles. To make this a reality, the Pentagon needs to define the F-55's mission clearly, secure funding, and ensure it doesn't drain NGAD program resources. Without formal plans, the F-55 remains an ambitious yet uncertain project, dependent on political backing and technological advances to effectively support the F-47's air dominance. Economic benefits could sway support, as the program might create thousands of jobs in states like Texas and California, bolstering domestic manufacturing and reducing reliance on foreign suppliers for critical components. Conversely, if the F-55 can clear these obstacles, its partnership with the F-47 might be exactly what's needed to dominate future skies, counter China's evolving stealth fleet, and secure U.S. air superiority for decades ahead. The integration of AI, stealth, and drone support across these fighters would form a fully networked system, overwhelming opponents with unmatched coordination and firepower, embodying a fresh evolution of the American dream. Ultimately, this duo represents not just technological prowess, but a strategic pivot toward resilient, adaptive forces capable of deterring aggression in an increasingly multipolar world, ensuring peace through unchallenged strength. To help make this vision a reality, support the U.S. military by hitting like and subscribing to our channel. Do it now, and thank you for watching.